Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Obas Trending Gist. Today, we are diving into the latest political drama that has set Nigerian social media on fire. It is a clash of titans. Reno Omokri, a very vocal political commentator, versus Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate. Peter Obi recently had an interview on Arise TV, and Reno Omokri immediately responded with a very sharp criticism. We are going to break down Reno's points one by one, look at what people are saying in the comments, and try to make sense of it all. Is this a fair critique or just political games? Let's get into it. So here's the background. Peter Obi, in his interview, questioned the timing of the new Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. He suggested that with the level of insecurity in the country, the government's priority should be fighting insecurity, not building a massive highway.
Projects that will lead nowhere when we have crisis. Are you saying that coastal road is more important than securing Nigeria?
But they say it will open up to the country.
No, don't. Let's not go there. The roads we have all over the country are no more trouble. You fix those ones first and use your resources to secure your country. Say, Rufai, then security is far more fundamental than road. Rufai, will you prefer a road to your village when you cannot drive to your village? No. So if you prefer, so let us budget what we're doing. So if you say our problem is insecurity, they can't go to farm, our problem is power, let's deal with those things.
This comment did not sit well with Reno Omokri. Let's look at Reno's first point. Reno argues that a government can build roads and fight insecurity at the same time. He says it's not an either-or situation. He asks, has it occurred to Peter Obi that you can build roads and secure a country at the same time? In simple terms, Reno is saying a government is like a person who can walk and chew gum. Can you imagine that? You don't have to stop all development projects just because you have a security challenge. In fact, he suggests that a lack of infrastructure like good roads can even make insecurity worse. It is harder for security forces to reach remote areas on bad roads. This is a very logical point. A functioning government should be able to handle multiple projects at once. Now, this is where it gets spicy. Reno accuses Peter Obi of contradicting himself. He brings up an old quote from Peter Obi during President Buhari's administration. Reno reminds everyone that when Buhari was focused on fighting corruption, Peter Obi famously said, "You can't close your shop to chase thieves," meaning you shouldn't let the economy die because you are fighting corruption. Reno's argument is this: wait a minute, Mr. Obi, you told the last government not to shut down the economy for one problem, but now you are telling the current government to pause a major economic project to focus on another problem. Isn't that the same thing? This is a powerful political punch because it questions Peter Obi's consistency. To support his argument, Reno points to Ukraine. He says, and I quote, "Ukraine is fighting a fratricidal war with Russia, yet they are still building roads, bridges, schools, and hospitals." His point is simple. If a country in the middle of a full-scale war can still find a way to build infrastructure, then Nigeria, which is facing insecurity but is not in a formal war, should be able to do the same. This example is meant to show that Peter Obi's suggestion to pause development is, in Reno's view, a weak strategy. Finally, Reno makes it personal. He claims that during Peter Obi's 8 years as governor of Anambra State, he did not build a single nursery, primary, secondary school, or university. He then claims that under Peter Obi, Anambra was one of the most insecure parts of Nigeria. Then he attacks Peter Obi's educational background, calling his second-class lower degree in philosophy inadequate, and ends by saying, Peter Obi is a trader, not a leader. This is a classic political tactic called ad hominem attack. That is, attacking the person and their history instead of just their argument. First, we have a commenter, Mike, who seems to agree with Reno's general sentiment. He says, can you blame him? He, that is Peter Obi, has never said, I did this in Anambra and I would like to replicate it for Nigeria. Always pointing us where he has no relationship like Singapore, China. Mike is basically saying that Peter Obi often uses other countries as example instead of using his own track record as a governor to prove he can lead Nigeria. It is a critique of Obi's campaign style. But then we have Obeni Steve, who comes in with a very calm and sincere question. He asks, all the monies he mentioned that he left in the bank, were those figures true? Is it also true that he wasn't owing any contractor? This is great because Steve isn't picking a side. He's just trying to find the truth. It shows that many Nigerians are tired of the fighting and just want facts about the candidate's past performance. Now let's look at the people defending Peter Obi and firing back at Reno. A username, I am password, can you imagine that? That's his username, accuses Reno of playing selfish politics. He says, Peter Obi na your problem. You won't see the northern crisis and attacks on the soldiers. Rather, you chose the one that will be in your favor. But that appointment you have been looking for won't favor you. This user is accusing Reno of ignoring more serious national issues to attack Peter Obi, possibly to gain favor with the current government. This is a very common accusation against Reno Omokri. And this leads us perfectly to the next comment from Onyi Madueke and Cole on Collins. Onyi calls Reno a weird belly face or stomach infrastructure human, which is a Nigerian slang for someone who is motivated by personal gain and hunger. Cole on Collins makes a very powerful point that many people brings up. He says, Reno Omokri, that is in mockery form, that Omokri, he wrote it in mockery form, can't be taken serious anymore. After all series of abuse, you reigned on Tinubu before he became president. But look at you today, dining and praising same man. These commenters are attacking Reno's credibility. They are basically saying, how can we believe you? You used to heavily criticize President Tinubu and now you are his biggest defender. You seem to change your position based on who is in power. So, what can you take away from all this? On one hand, Reno Omokri raises some valid questions about policy and consistency. The idea that a government should be able to tackle both infrastructure and security at the same time is a strong point. His question about Peter Obi's seemingly contradictory statement is also something worth discussing. On the other hand, the public's reaction shows a deep distrust for Reno Omokri himself. Many people see him as a political flip-flopper, which makes it hard for them to accept his argument. Even if they are logical, they feel his attacks are not for the good of Nigeria but for his own personal benefit. At its core, this entire debate highlights a fundamental question for Nigerians. With limited money and so many problems, what should be the number one priority? Is it a massive infrastructure project like Coastal Highway that could boost the economy in the long run? Or is it putting every available resource into securing the lives and property of citizens right now? These are no easy answer. But what do you think? Is Reno Omokri making fair point or is he just playing politics? Is Peter Obi right to say security should come first or is it that a simplistic view? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I read every single one. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and most importantly, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next analysis. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.